Hi everyone, glad you are with us for the show today. I'm super stoked to fish a body of water I have never been, Lake Calcasieu on the Louisiana Gulf Coast. I'm here at Cajun Paradise Lodge and I will be joined by Captain Carlos Garcia as we go after some Louisiana speckled trout and redfish. Let's Fish TV is on the air right now. That is a fish. Oh man, look at this.
It's time for the only program that brings you real-time fishing reports from the Southeast region every week.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. Woo!
This is Let's Fish.
Hi folks, you may recognize me as your Texas Coastal Inside Reporter, bringing you your Southwest reports each week. Also, hey, I'm a full-time fishing guide in Galveston and Freeport, inshore and offshore. However, today, I'm a few hours from home on Lake Calcasieu in Hackberry, Louisiana, going after specks and reds. We're going to target working birds for specks, and then we may head to the Louisiana marsh looking for redfish. Hey, I have the Blazer Bay 2420 custom rigged by Waypoint Marine in Corpus Christi, Texas. She is full of fuel and she's sitting on go. Also, we'll have weekly fishing reports from your local region from our team of Inside Reporters. Let's get started, but first, back to the studio for your weekend planner.
Hey everybody, and thanks for joining us once again. The Salooner tables are predicting fair game fish activity on Saturday and good activity on Sunday. Peak times begin at 5:11 on Saturday and 5:44 Sunday morning. Late afternoon action will pick up at 5:36 on Saturday and 6:09 on Sunday. The sun will rise at 6:29 and set at 8:39, and evenings will feature a moon that is 62% visible. Stay with us, we've got fishing reports from across the area on the way, plus Bassmaster elite angler David Mullins stops by to answer your Ask the Pro question. Back in a bit.
Hi everyone, here we are. I am on Lake Calcasieu. First time ever on this lake. I got Captain Carlos Garcia with me. We're gonna go after speckled trout first thing this morning using soft plastics. Supposedly a lot of bird activity has been going on, lots of slicks. We'll see if that's gonna hold for us today. You never know, it is fishing. So we also have some live shrimp. We're prepared for anything. And if we get lucky, get on some trout, hopefully, just hopefully, I get to catch me a Lake Calcasieu redfish up in the marshes. So stay tuned. Hopefully next time you see us, we'll be bowed up on some fish.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Motor Guides Tour Pro, cable steer motor with GPS anchor, Waypoint Marine, the Gulf Coast's leading saltwater boating specialist, Strike King, Taiwan On, and by Low Boats. Welcome to Low Country.
Tell you what, we have birds working everywhere, man. It's been a long time. Down home, we don't see birds working like this anymore. There he is, there he is. All right, here we go. My first Louisiana saltwater fish. Here we go. All right, another nice trout. Welcome back, folks. We're here fishing with Captain Carlos Garcia with Cajun Paradise Charters. We just got started working some birds here. Beautiful fish.
Boy, he ate it too.
He ate it. Fish was hungry. Nice fish. We're on the south end of Lake Calcasieu, and this is my first ever Louisiana saltwater fish. Beautiful fish. I tell you what, we have birds working everywhere, man. It's been a long time. Down home, we don't see birds working like this anymore. In Galveston, not like this time of year. We're gonna let this guy go. All right, there we go. Folks, let me tell you what we're doing here. We are fishing the south end of Lake Calcasieu. It's my first time ever here. We got birds working, slicks popping up. We're throwing soft plastics, using our Motor Guide XI5 to ease us up into these birds. And I tell you what, there is a lot of activity going on. I am very excited. Stay tuned, I am fixing to get me another one.
We'll spend a hot time along the coastal South. I'll be back with all the red hot fishing information in just a few moments, but first this word from our good friends at Foreshore Transportation. Foreshore Transportation, the simple solution to all your freight hauling needs. Foreshore can ship freight across the country or across the state. Whatever the load, wherever the destination, Foreshore gets it done fast, safe, and hassle-free. Well, my buddy Jake Marquis on Mobile Bay says the fishing has just been outstanding. Jake says that the trout fishing, almost everybody's catching their new limits on trout, which is 6. And the slot limit is now 15 to 22 inches. That's going to make for bigger fish for everybody. And they're not having any trouble catching those limits of good-sized trout, according to Jake. He says first fishing in the morning is very good for topwater plugs. And then later on around the inshore reefs, he's doing real well with popping corks and live shrimp. Also near Mobile, red fishing has been very good in the Mobile River and in the Theodore Canal. There's also good numbers of triple tail in Mobile Bay. Those fish are being caught around channel markers, tide line grass, and flotsam. Use live shrimp. In Georgia, Captain Tim Cuddy out of St. Simon's Island says that spotted sea trout are being caught both deep and shallow using live shrimp and float rigs. Also in Georgia, Captain Jack McGowan out of Savannah says red drum fishing has been good and around the shell bars and in the tidal creeks. And over in Mississippi, mangrove snapper continue to be red hot, taking live croakers around all the oil rigs. Well, that's it for the Southeast coast. Get out on the water and take a youngster with you when you go.
Oh, there he is. Oh, there we go, there we go.
Come out.
Oh, let's get this trolling motor stopped. Oh, yeah. This fish is mean. I tell you what, these fish, they have that RAJIN CAJUN in them I've been hearing about all the time. Nice speckled trout. Man, they are slamming this soft plastic. I'll tell you what, folks, this is some fun stuff. If you ever get a chance to get down here, Lake Calcasieu, nice fish. Another good, solid fish, solid trout.
Oh, yeah, that's
good trout. I'll tell you what.
And they are eating.
They are eating. That is a big, fat speckled trout. Beautiful fish. Beautiful. I'm not positive yet what they're feeding on. Get a close up of that. There we go. Look at all the pretty specks on it. We're not keeping fish today, but that would be a great fish for the frying pan. I tell you what. We're working soft plastics, and we're just going right up into these birds. I was kind of leery to run up in them too quick. I didn't want to spook them, but it looks like what we got to do is just plow into them. It's not scaring them. Working these soft plastics, and when you're working a soft plastic, change your reel speed up a little bit. Like right then, I was just kind of reeling, and sometimes there we go. We got another one on right there. I'm telling you what. Good job, Carlos. I got the net, I'm ready. I'm not sure if
these are good
trout. These are some good Lake Calcasieu trout. All right.
Jumped in the net.
Jumped in the net. There is no shortage of fish here on Lake Calcasieu. Man, we have not been fishing 20 minutes. And I don't know how many trout that is. We've already caught 4 or 5. Let me release it. I'm gonna go, mwah. Good job, little buddy. All right. We're fishing here. Man, these birds are working really, really good. The bottom, we're fishing shell.
Shell bottom.
Shell bottom, and I'm not sure yet what they're feeding on yet. Have you seen anything? Shrimp?
I haven't seen anything jump out, but I'm sure that it's shrimp.
It's shrimp, yeah. But yeah, folks, so I'm fishing a soft plastic, the chartreuse tail. Carlos is fishing. I think we're fishing
Pretty close to the same.
We're fishing pretty much the same thing. Trout on this lake got to be 12 inches, and that's every bit. That's probably 13 inches, maybe 14. There we go, fish on, fish on, fish on. All right, welcome back, folks. I tell you what, we have birds working. on Lake Calcasieu. We are on the south end of the lake. There we go. That is a Louisiana keeper right there. And he come right on off. That is a Louisiana keeper. Trout on this lake got to be 12 inches, and that's every bit, that's probably 13 inches, maybe 14. Get on back in there and go get bigger. Folks, what we're doing here, we are fishing birds. The fish are feeding really, really well right now. And the birds kind of, it don't matter if I'm offshore, if I'm at a lake, if I'm in Louisiana, if I'm in Galveston, when you see birds hitting the water, fish are eating. And a lot of times on these speckled trout, you'll see a slick pop up, and it'll start like just a little like a wash tub size. And what a slick is, it looks like an oil film on the surface of the water. And what that is, that's fish feeding. And as they're feeding the oil and everything out of the bait that they're feeding on, they regurgitate it, and when they're eating it, they're just gorging themselves, and the stuff that's getting out through them makes a little oil slick. And that's what we call, if you hear people talking about working birds or working slicks, that's what the slick is. And that's what we're on right now.
Hey folks, it's time for your Carolinas Report. This week brought to you by Crazy Sister Marina, the leader in water sports along the Grand Strands. We take care of all your needs on the water. Private charter boats, we got all those. Want to come down and rent a boat and do it yourself? We got that too. Kayaks, eco tours, even parasail boats now. Come down and visit crazysistermarina.com to book your trip today. Let's talk freshwater. We're going to go down to Georgia. My good buddies over at Clarksville have been sending some great reports in. I want to share them. One thing they're saying, the water temperatures are still a little bit cooler than normal this time of the year. The fish are located in a little bit different areas. Easy to catch though. Brush piles for your largemouth bass right now. Spotted bass and largemouth are up in the coves and up in the creeks right now on rocky piles, rocky edges. Get out there with a Ned rig or a drop shot rig. You're gonna have some good numbers. If you wanna find some real big bass, move back in those rivers and those creeks. Get a buzz bait out with a white frog trailer and get out and have a great time catching some large bass this time of the year. Striped bass and hybrid bass, pretty much the same scenario there. Finding them not out in that 50 foot of water where they would normally be right now. Finding them up on those edges at those coves where they're still stacked up on that bait right now. Also in the freshwater, let's talk about Lake Murray. Early morning out around the dam, you're gonna find school and stripers. It's a no-brainer. Get out with some binoculars, get everything ready, and remember, you catch those first 5 fish, you're limited out. It's that 5 fish limit time of the year, but no culling. Get out, you can have some exciting time, real quick action in the mornings on Lake Murray. This has been your Carolinas Report, brought to you by Crazy Sister Marina. Remember, fish smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Bobby Garland Crappie Baits and the original Baby Shad and new slab Huntar Minnow. Glacier Glove. Stay outdoors longer with our gloves, hats, and shades. Balls Out. Made in the USA. Heavy-duty mounts for your fish finders. And by Camus Boats. Tomorrow's tournament boat today.
And oh, there we go. My first Lake Calcasieu redfish right there, folks. Beautiful fish. There we go. Oh, fish on, fish on, fish on. I gotta kill the trolling motor for me. There we go. All right, welcome back, folks. We have changed up tactics just a little bit. Went back into that's a nice back lake redfish. Nice, nice, nice. This is what we come back here for. Put that power pole down. Tell you what, this is what I expect Louisiana fishing to look like back here in this marsh. We're in the marsh along Black Lake, and changed up a little bit. We've been fishing the oyster reefs, catching some speckled trout. Now we move back down into the marsh to get us in some redfish, and oh, there we go. My first Lake Calcasieu redfish right there, folks. I tell you what, boy, that's a beautiful fish. Man, I tell you what, Carlos, now come down this little bayou here up in this marsh And we've been seeing all kinds of redfish. Beautiful, beautiful redfish. Been seeing them. And I actually pitched a live shrimp to one of them, and it ate it right by the boat, and I missed it. Or he missed it, somebody missed it. But anyway, we didn't hook him, but I tell you what, they are loaded up back here. We can see them, they're just not that hungry, but this one, we was able to get him to bite. So we swapped it up a little bit. It's beautiful redfish. And redfish here in Louisiana, they gotta be 16 inches minimum length to keep. And this is definitely gonna make that. Beautiful fish. My first Lake Calcasieu redfish right there, fishing a live shrimp under a popping cork. We'll let this guy go. Here you go, little buddy. Mwah. My first Lake Calcasieu redfish right there. Woo-hoo! I tell you what, folks, this is some awesome stuff back here, fishing in these back lakes, this marsh. Let me show you the rig that we're using here. We swapped over to a little bit of live shrimp getting back here. We're fishing a kale hook, short leader, short fluorocarbon leader, little BB split shot there, and a real tiny popping cork. And actually, I had a redfish come up and try to eat my popping cork a while ago, so I'm thinking that I might need to swap over to a topwater, but I'm afraid that Carlos will catch another fish and get way ahead of me, so I figure I'll just stick with the same thing. So, and he's getting a bite right now.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama fishing report. It's brought to you this week by TH Marine. You know, TH Marine makes all the products you need for boating. Whether you're wanting to update or restore your boat, whether you're wanting to become more efficient on the water while you're fishing, or whether you just want to be have things a little easier on you while you're pleasure boating. Maybe you're trying to care for your boat. You need products for that. Go over to thmarine.com and check out their just incredible product line. You'll be glad you did. It is about to pour here. I got the sun, well actually the sun's trying to pop out, so let's do this. Let's talk about Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama for a minute. In Mississippi right now, it is summertime crappie fishing. It is a good time to go catch a big one. A lot of times you're gonna do that fishing isolated cover, you know, brush piles and things of that nature. And two ways are really happening right now. One, my favorite, I like the single pole fish. I wanna feel that thump and reel them in, but there's a lot of guys that are spider rigging over top of that isolated cover offshore specifically. In Alabama, it's gunner's feel. I mean, there's no two ways about it. 90% of the fish on the entire lake, the bass that is, are on offshore structure, but here's what you need to know. Find you offshore something that goes shallow to deep, like a river channel ledge. You want grass on it, you want bait on it, you want current hitting it. If you can find that combination, and you can really go catch them. You can go fish a swim bait, you can go fish a topwater over the grass. In Tennessee, you know, all I keep hearing about is the nighttime bite on Center Hill. One of my favorite things to do, I'm gonna try to get up there within the next week and get in on that myself. A big bladed spinner bait, you know, a big single Colorado, a black and blue jig with like a Strike King Rage lobster, something that really displaces a lot of water, helps the fish find the bait. The bites are just devastating. They'll just jerk the rod out of your arm, and it is comfortable. You beat the crowd, you beat the sun. It's a lot of fun. Come on up here, let's get after them. God bless you.
Oh, here we go, here we go. All right, fish on. Woohoo! Tell you what, folks, this is good stuff right here. Fishing the marsh, back marsh and Black Lake. Oh, nice, nice, nice. She's not ready. That is a Cajun red, mean redfish right there. Man, I've even seen some bass swimming around in here. I'm telling you, this area is on fire right now. He's mean. There you go. Come on in, little buddy. We're gonna let you go. All right, beautiful fish. Wow, goodness. Beautiful, beautiful. God, they're so pretty back here when we catch them back here in these back lakes like this, and this brackish. This is kind of a brackish water. And well, I know it is because I've seen some largemouth bass swimming around. Man, that's a cool thing about fishing this brackish water is how red they get, and beautiful, just beautiful fishing. You know, And it's a unique area when you can sit there and catch redfish and bass in the same area. Let me go over a little bit about the diet of a redfish. A redfish will eat live shrimp, of course, that's what we're fishing with here. Crabs, they'll eat shad, sand eels, and mullet. Catch a lot of redfish using a topwater plug, which imitates an injured mullet. That's a good way to catch the redfish. And of course, live shrimp under a popping cork. I grew up doing that with my dad back in the marshes just like this, but of course back home from Galveston, Texas, where I'm from. But today, first time ever on Lake Calcasieu, fishing with Captain Carlos Garcia, and he's putting us on them, man. I'm telling you, this is some great fishing down here if y'all ever get a chance. Check these guys out. We're gonna show you all their information up on the screen, and they have a first-class operation down here.
Watch our latest episode or catch up on past episodes on our website at letsfishtv.com. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter for new fishing videos every day. And download the free Waypoint TV app to get all the latest episodes every week on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Mercury, Go Boldly, Lowrance, America's #1 fish finder, Lose, Feel the Difference, and by Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. Get our free fishing guide at orangebeach.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's get right to your Ask the Pro question for this week. Wayne wants to know, what do you think about the new 4-stroke engines? For an answer, we asked Bassmaster Elite Angler David Mullins.
Well, obviously they're great for the environment. You know, they're not the emissions have been cut down a lot. But the biggest thing for me as far as running goes is there's so much low end and mid range torque. So if you want a faster hole shot, that 25 to 55 mile an hour is so much more increase than what we had with the old 2-strokes. And with the new Mercury Pro XS, I mean, even the high end, I still get that high end I did like I had with the 2-stroke. So I love them. Don't have to put oil in them anymore. You just change it out, you know, ever so often, and it's a win-win for me.
Thanks so much, David. If you want some help from one of the pros, simply just go to letsfishtv.com and follow the Ask the Pro link to submit a question. Now it's time to find out who wins this week's Big Catch of the Week.
This week's winner in the Big Catch of the Week contest is Will Edgar of Yazoo City, Mississippi, showing a 12-pound striped bass he caught at Ross Barnett Reservoir in Mississippi. To enter the contest, go to our website at letsfishtv.com and follow the instructions on the homepage, or go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/letsfishtv and see our Big Catch post from any Tuesday and follow the instructions there. You and your big fish could be seen on our show. I want to share with y'all a very important piece of equipment to use when you're fishing birds. A pair of binoculars. I didn't have them on the boat today. I had to come back to the dock. Captain Carlos pulled them out of his boat so I could show y'all. I wish I'd have had them out there today. A pair of binoculars will help you find flocks of birds that are working from the trout pushing the bait up to the surface. I tell you what, these binoculars will save you a lot of time, help you catch more fish, and also you're gonna save more fuel. Get you a pair of binoculars, keep them in your glove box, keep them in a dry box, and they're gonna help you catch more fish. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching the show today. Hey, I had a blast fishing here on Lake Calcasieu. Hopefully, you learned something about working birds for speckled trout on your local waters. Hey, if you want to fish with me in Galveston, Texas, inshore or offshore, give me a call. I had a great time fishing with y'all today, and I will see you next time.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see more fishing tips, how-to videos, big fish catches, and full episodes of our Let's Fish TV show, be sure to subscribe right here to our YouTube channel. You can also like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. Good fishing out there.